This man actually stripped off his pants in public, and even when people tried to stop him, he wouldn't listen. He dove headfirst into the ocean without hesitation. Seeing this situation, the officer ordered Carl to be arrested, because there was an iron rule here. White people could swim freely, while black people were only allowed in the water on Tuesdays. But Carl was now challenging this rule. After a chase, because Carl swam so fast, the white men had to give up. Although Carl proved himself with his skills, he paid a price for it. He was locked up. He thought he would definitely be expelled, but not only was he released without charges, he was actually promoted from a ship's cook to a petty officer. It turned out that on the day he went swimming, a high-ranking military officer saw him and, noticing he had both courage and ability, recommended him to attend the Naval Academy to become a diving rescue specialist after graduation. Carl thought his fate would change from then on, but the discrimination against black people here was even more severe. When the instructor saw he was black, he refused to let him enter the school and then casually walked away. But Carl wasn't about to give up this opportunity. He stood at the gate from morning until evening. When the instructor returned and saw this guy was pretty stubborn, he finally let the guard allow him through. But as soon as he got inside the school, he was bullied by the white students, and Carl had to endure it. Because Tom was close to Carl, he was singled out for special training by the instructor, who made him jump into the sea holding a 30-pound iron block and hold his breath for 4 minutes. But after only 2 minutes, he couldn't take it anymore, and the instructor used this as an excuse to expel him directly. Carl felt extremely guilty but was powerless to help, because coming from a small town, his academic grades had always been failing, and if he came in last place again, he would also be kicked out of school. So during weekend breaks, while the white students went partying, Carl went to the library, asking the librarian for help with various subjects. The two of them often studied together until late at night. Hard work pays off. Carl went from failing to excellent. But even so, he still couldn't gain recognition from the white students. During a practical class one day, two teammates were welding a damaged ship underwater when the hull suddenly shifted, and one student's oxygen tube got tangled up tightly. Carl volunteered to go rescue him. As soon as he entered the ship's cabin, the hull slid toward the ocean trench again. Another white student saw the situation was very dangerous and became a deserter. Both of them swam directly to the surface. But brave Carl desperately tried to save his teammate's life. Just as his teammate was about to pass out from lack of oxygen, he finally managed to replace the oxygen tube and bring him back. In response to this incident, the school held a special commendation ceremony, and such honor should have belonged to Carl. But when it came time for the award presentation, the instructor gave the medal to the white student who had fled from battle.